Well, guys, that's a wrap for the Santos game against Recoleta in Paraguay. A huge disappointment for Santos fans, especially given the club's current turmoil. It was the last game in a series of four away matches, and Santos couldn't manage to win. They drew with Bahia in the Brazilian Championship, then ended up drawing again in the Sudamericana against San Lorenzo in Argentina, and over the weekend played at Allianz Parque against Palmeiras and drew once more. And on this Tuesday night, once again, a very frustrating end to the game, especially because they took the lead and, as always, couldn't hold on to the advantage. And in this case, exceptionally, everyone already knew about Recoleta's quality because in the first leg at Vila Belmiro, Santos should have won by a landslide and Neymar himself scored one of the goals, and Santos conceded the equalizer and didn't learn the lesson. The story just kept repeating itself, and today, once again, it happened. Santos was much superior in the game, which is also difficult to dominate and control the main actions. Gabigol missed chances, Tassiano ended up scoring, but he was way ahead, it was offside. He was offside, so the goal didn't count. And there was some frustration because when Santos had the chance to increase the score, they couldn't do it. And it ended with a mistake there at 40 minutes into the second half, conceding again, much to Gabriel Brazo's frustration, right? Who managed to save a few shots, especially there in the first half. And at the final whistle, Neymar left frustrated. He didn't give any interviews, especially since he scored the goal. And he, of course, was the center of attention in the last few days, especially because of the incident with Robinho last Sunday. I won't go into detail. A lot has been said about this because it's something everyone already knows about, right? Especially the Santos fans, but if you want more details, check out Santos' homepage on Lance. There are some reports, some explanations for you to understand things a bit more deeply, but apparently everything is fine between the players now, right? Because the club ended up opening an investigation at the request of Robinho's staff. But I have information that the player himself wanted to end this story in a more peaceful way, because he sees Neymar as an idol and he knows this situation didn't look good. Robinho Jr. was booed at Santos team hotel, right there in the hotel lobby at the entrance by the fans who were following the team's arrival and also their departure to the stadium. And Neymar was really shaken by this situation. At the moment of the goal, he hugs Robinho twice, right? The rest of the team also goes to him. So there's this atmosphere of let's stick together, let's fight for our first win in the competition. We can't keep missing chances or slipping up anymore. I asked Kuka at the press conference at Allianz Parque why Santos can't keep up this attitude, why they can't put the game away. And he says there are too many chances there that can't be missed. This situation has repeated for a long time, hasn't it? The switch from Voivoda to Kuka. Initially, it tightens up the defense, but then you notice that the team even manages to fit together better. But it's more of the same because the result doesn't come. Doesn't gain an advantage in the first leg against Coritiba in the Copa do Brasil. They're there practically in the relegation zone with the same points as Corinthians, right? Being the first club outside the bottom four. And in the Copa Sudamericana, a very weak group where the team would be fighting for the lead with San Lorenzo from Argentina, but they're still in last place without a win, right? So the situation is really very bad, both on and off the field in an important year, an election year. And the team can't get going. On the contrary, they keep giving their fans scares, and the fans are, well, losing patience, right? Because of their attitude, their lack of responsibility, they don't need to play beautifully, right? Like Kuka said, but they need to put the game away, and that's not happening. Well, we're going to have another dragged out week because it's only Tuesday until Sunday when Santos faces Red Bull Bragantino in the Brazilian Championship. Mother's Day, 6:30 in the evening. Let's see how the team will be received by the fans in this bad atmosphere, right? It seems like it never ends and goes way back before the relegation year, but the story just repeats itself with different management names, different technical staff. Anyway, many times the problem is much bigger, right? Than it appears to be, with many more people to blame and a lot of amateur mistakes. Like the report I published today from the police saying that Santos gave the wrong address for the team's hotel. Just look at the level of unprofessionalism. That's why they arrived late for the anthem protocol at the derbies, so you get a sense of how chaotic the environment is, right? There's a lack of leadership, a firm hand, and people who are truly interested in changing this reality of the club, which makes its fans so sad.